presented here today with sort of more than 200 delegates. We've got a number of planners and local authority people. We've got a whole crowd of architects, developers, other professionals. We've got tradespeople as well as homeowners. Well, in Cumbria, our biggest problem with our houses is the buildings that we've already got. There's very few opportunities for people building new houses. So what we've got to do is to work with making our existing homes more energy efficient. Now, a reasonable proportion of our existing housing stock predates the First World War, and there are particular difficulties in trying to improve the energy efficiency of those houses. And what we're trying to do through today is to go through the research that's currently going on out there, as well as looking at practical examples of what people are doing already in this field.
We've got 20 million houses in England and Wales, of which 5 million were constructed pre-1914. Now, of those 5 million, the vast majority of them behave very differently from the way that we construct modern buildings. They rely on this idea of breathing performance, i.e. they let water in, but very importantly, anything we put on or in the wall should encourage the evaporation of moisture taken in, back out again. Modern buildings, things like cavity walls, are based on the idea of you stop it getting in to begin with. If we're going to look at upgrading thermal insulation qualities of buildings, the first thing we have to do is understand. And we look at things like thermal imaging, using cameras to actually take a photograph of the building using a particular kind of lens that will show where heat is being lost, where we have hot spots, cold spots. We do things like we do air pressurization tests, so we try and seal a building temporarily, pump air into it, and find out where you've got excessive drafts. They're the kind of diagnostic tools we'll be using to build up a sense of how the building is currently performing.
Over the last three and a half years, we've been doing some research in traditional building performance and sympathetic upgrades to traditional fabric. That includes work on windows, walls, floors, ceilings, other glazed areas. We know we've got quite high targets to reach with respect to carbon reduction in carbon levels. It is accepted that we need to make some improvements, and I think the secret is to get such improvements respecting the dynamic of the buildings, in a form that modern people can use easily and are appropriate. And there's a number of new technologies that are now available, a lot of them passive and a lot of them very natural, which allow us to do that, which before was perhaps a little harder.
It's really good because it shows people what they can do with the existing stock. 80% of the existing stock will still be here in 2050, so we really need to address the buildings that we've got now, and people are unsure how to do that and in ways in which they can do it, and this gives them ideas, things to think about, and solutions to actually to reducing the energy and the carbon emissions of those buildings.
I think it's a fantastic networking event. There's a lot of exhibitors here, a lot of opportunities for us to both meet people involved in environmental issues across the county, but also to update our own knowledge in terms of technical materials, resources available for us to recommend to the businesses we're working with.
This is a fantastic event for this area, and I think that the delegates here can actually really go away and actually find value with the ACB and with the forum, and connect it to some of the seminars that they've actually attended today and actually got valuable information from.
I'm optimistic, yeah. I mean, I think there's an incredible amount of research around. We've got some really good case studies out there. It's a case of building on that and making sure that we are sort of pulling all the information that's out there together. And I can see another conference already.